Hi everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Candace and this is going to be a book review about Beneath the Glitter, which is a book written by Elle Blair Fowler. So it was released on September 4th, which was this past Tuesday, and I picked up the book this Saturday and read it all in the same day. In total, this book took me about 4 hours to read. It's a really quick read and I just wanted to give you a bit of information about it so that you can decide if it's a book you're interested in picking up and reading yourself, or maybe catching when it comes to your local library. So, as I said, I read this book in about 4 hours, which some of you are probably thinking is really fast, and for me that's just kind of normal. Let's see how many pages the book is. I can't remember. So the book is 277 pages, so 4 hours to read that really isn't that long for me. It's a very fun, quick read. It's targeted at a YA audience, probably at the younger scale of the YA, but if you're into YA fiction, then you will probably enjoy this book, especially if you enjoy reading things like the Lauren Conrad books, or if you read The Princess Diaries, or things like that. It's a very light, fluffy, girly read, definitely in the vein of chick lit. To start off, it is written by Elle Blair Fowler. However, they used a writing partner for this book. So it's very unclear, as the Fowler sisters haven't really said anything themselves, as to whether or not they've written actually parts of the book, or if they just provided the plot, the characters, the places, things like that, and then the writer took it from there, or if they actually put pen to paper and wrote some of the book themselves. I know they did have some editorial control. Again, not quite sure how much they actually wrote themselves, but the ideas and plot, I am assuming, are 100% theirs. The book is about Ava and Sophia London, who are basically, as Elle and Blair have mentioned themselves, inspired by Elle and Blair. So Ava is supposed to be Blair, and Sophia is supposed to be Elle. So I did find that the descriptions of both girls did kind of stay pretty true to Elle and Blair themselves. There's a whole part in the book where Ava talks about how she was bullied in high school when people found out about her videos, which we know is true about Blair. And then Sophia, when her sorority sisters found out that she was doing the videos, were actually really encouraging, which again, we know to be true of Elle. The book is about Ava and Sophia London, and they have a company called London Calling, and it's basically centers around them doing YouTube videos about beauty and fashion and things like that, which again, true to the Fowler sisters in real life. They live in LA, and they have a couple friends. There's which bugged the hell out of me. The name bugged the crap out of me. And his boyfriend Sven, and then one of their other friends named Lily. So the one thing I also noticed, and maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like the character was kind of like Gregory Gorgeous, or Gigi as he typically goes by. Don't know if I'm right, don't know if I'm wrong. It just seemed like him when I read the book. And of course there's a love triangle for each of the sisters. There are two male characters introduced as kind of being the love triangle for each sister. The love triangle for Ava is a guy named Liam Carlsworth, and then another guy named Dalton Portland. Now, Liam is supposed to be this movie star that Ava has had a crush on since she was a little girl, and then Dalton is somebody she meets while volunteering. That was my dog. Oh, good lord. Dalton is somebody she meets while volunteering at a pet shelter. Then for Sophia, there is a guy named Hunter and another one named Giovanni. Now, Hunter is just I don't think they actually do a really good description of what it is Hunter actually does for a living, but he's very wealthy and has a reputation for squiring young women around the town and buying them things and everything, and then kind of being an ass and using girls. And Giovanni, on the other hand, is a bartender slash psychic, and out of all the characters in the book, I actually was the most interested in Giovanni. He was the token cheesy European guy, but there was something about him that was just endearing. Major plot point in the book is that the London sisters are approached by a woman who is the founder of her own cosmetics company who wants to partner with the girls to create their own makeup line, which of course is their biggest dream, and recently happened with the Fowler sisters with their line Skylark. She works with them to get their brand set up and start marketing their cosmetic. And there's some other things that happen along the way that I'm not going to make mention of because I don't want to spoil that all for you. But that is the major focus of the book. I personally found the book enjoyable. There were things that I didn't like about the book. Mostly, at the end of every chapter, there's this little thing called Lun Do's and Lun Don'ts. And what I didn't like about the book is that in just about every single list, there's a product placement. I don't like seeing it in the book. I'm not used to books marketing things at me, so when I noticed it, it caught me a bit off guard. So that's probably the biggest beef I have with this book. I do like that some of the descriptions were more detailed than others, because I'm somebody, I live in Canada, I've never been to Los Angeles, I don't ever plan on going to Los Angeles, so it was nice for the book to have descriptions in it for me so I could kind of create a picture in my head of these different areas and events that the girls were going to. Would I recommend this book to you to read? Probably only if you are a fan of chick lit and you like to read light and fluffy things just to, I don't know, if that's what your normal book fare is, or maybe you want to try reading something quick and funny and just to get your mind off of something. There's nothing wrong with this book. So yeah, that's my review. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was just a good quick break from everything else that I'm reading, which has been a lot more dark and somber lately. It's a good way to just get your mind somewhere else for a little space of time. So I hope you enjoyed my review. If you have any questions about Beneath the Glitter, just let me know, and I would be happy to answer them for you, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!